Outrageously podcast. This is the show where we teach you how to stop living a boring life and start living outrageously. My name's Dave Thompson, that is Matt Kelly, and this is the show where if you're staring down the barrel of 40, 50, 10,000, however many years it is in a corporate office, and you want out and you want something better, this is the place to be, because impossible is an opinion, and living outrageously is there for people that want to step up and take it. Matt Kelly, I have just one question for you. Are you living outrageously?
Dave Thompson. We could not be living more outrageously if we tried. Do you know why? Why? Because today is a freaking turning point. Today is a massive turning point. Yet again, 13th week in a row, another huge turning point. You know why? Do you know why? Because this week you will find out what the key purpose is for your existence.
Yes!
Is that not amazing? Man,
that is so amazing. Like, it's so good. I love it that we get it out there straight up, because if you do stay to the end of this episode, if you do play full out, if you do everything in the exercise, you will be literally samuraiing that sloth. And if you don't know who the sloth and the samurai is, well, it's pretty self-evident. Go to episode 1, we tell a good story there. But the sloth is getting minced today. Matt Kelly, I'm so pumped, man. I'm so pumped because,
it's big. This is huge. Like, I can't even express the exercise. When I did this exercise for myself, literally, it's probably changed my entire outlook in the way I've focused on what I actually want to do and what I actually want to achieve. So this is huge. The end.
I love it. But we've got it, just before we get down to the business, to the meat and potatoes, we just got a couple of things that we've got to round out. A few things I'd like to mention, man. During the week, we got a little commenty on the Facebook from our main man, Connor Hunter. He's quite a fan of the show. He's been commenting a few times. And he linked us up to this wicked movie trailer called, what is it again? The Finding Joe. That's right, Finding Joe, the Finding Joe movie, and it's all about this epic saga of the hero's journey, basically, of how many of us go through life, and you'll watch various movies, how there's a hero and he goes on a journey and he goes through all these struggles, and basically it's, you know what, we should contact the producer of that movie, Matt Kelly, because literally that movie, that 2.5-minute trailer, is very, very close to if we were going to produce a Living Outrageously movie, it would almost be it.
Wow.
So definitely jump on the Facebook, check out that comment, facebook.com/Living Outrageously. Check out Connor Hunter, because he did link it up, and check out that movie. Yep. Man, it's out on DVD at the moment. I think it's like $20. We've got to get it, man.
We'll consider it ordered. It will be ordered before the day ends.
Excellent. I love it. Matt Kelly, I'm just going to just get right in here, because I'm on a bit of a roll at the moment.
Let's do it, man. This is big. Let's go.
This is big. This is huge. So let's do this. Let's do this. So I want to give a shout out to everyone that's given us a iTunes review. We're our heads have been a little bit fried, because we've got the US store, we've got the Canada store, we've got the Aussie store. So the comments are a little bit... I don't know, we didn't realise that we could monitor all of them. Yeah,
we only recently discovered that we can access each of the different stores. So now, suddenly we can see what's going on everywhere, which is awesome.
Yeah, and we just realised that we have 18 comments, 18 reviews on the US page. That is awesome. Thank you so much to every single person.
Yeah.
There's a few on the Canada one, a few on the Aussie one. I'm so stoked. And Line in the Sand, Turning Point on the LOP. Matt Kelly, I'm pretty happy if we give a personal shout out to every single iTunes review, because let's
do it. You know what? That's an ambitious goal, because when you say that, who knows what's going to happen? But we okay. In the next episode, actually, we got a surprise coming from the next episode. So maybe the one after, we will literally give a shout out to every single person that reviews between now, the live time for this podcast, and then.
Awesome.
Man,
I love it,
big.
Kelly. I love it. Have you got anything for us first up here?
Anything new? Man, I'm just excited, because the content we're doing today, we said it. Okay, so last episode, we talked about the value of the content. And let's be honest, we like to think this is pretty valuable stuff. It's changed our lives, and that's sort of why we're putting it out there and sharing it. If you're getting as much value out of this as we clearly are, go onto our Facebook and tell us what you think. It's facebook.com/livingoutrageously. That's that's our favorite. That is our favorite place to talk because everyone gets their say, and that's awesome. So, go on.
I was just going to say the Book of Face. I like to mix things up a little bit.
Quality. So if you're getting any value at all, please come and tell us what you think because that literally crafts the whole direction of the show. So thank you.
And Matt Kelly might even fly to your house and give you a hug.
I probably will. I probably will.
In a completely non-stalkerish kind of...
You don't have to tell me your address. I already know it.
Man, all right, let's just terminate this conversation and get down to business. So today on the LOP, we are creating your own mission, okay? Yeah. Now, people might say, okay, well, all right, at school, they made us do a mission statement when we were in, like, senior year, and, I've been in my business, and we have to do a mission statement. Oh, it's bullshit. It's just something that sits up on the wall. It's, like, over there. No one ever looks at it. Gathers dust. There's cockroaches all over it. All right.
Challenge Dave. If you work for a company... Just try and recite in your head what your company's mission statement is.
Can you do it?
If you don't know, is that an effective mission statement?
Bum.
There you go.
That is a sloth mission statement.
It is. If the sloth wrote a mission statement, it's one that people wouldn't remember. So yes,
and it's probably on your company's wall.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I can remember. I know my mission statement. It's in me, man. It's in me. It's in me. I know that the purpose of my life is to be an outrageous leader and create epic and awesome experiences for myself and others.
And it's so powerful because not only is it saying, like, I want to create experiences for myself, but you got the clarity to the point where, like, I want to create this for my friends. I want to create this for the people around me. Man, Absolutely. That's massive. That is awesome.
Absolutely. And so let's talk about the value, like the benefit of having a mission statement that actually means something to you, okay? Because this isn't a wishy-washy, this is something that really, you can really feel it at your core. So the benefit for me that I found was now I've got this overarching theme to my life, right? An overarching direction for me to move in. I now can choose unlimited vehicles to achieve this mission. There are countless ways that I can achieve this mission.
There's some distinctions there because the mission isn't the vehicle.
No.
The mission is not the vehicle. The mission is that, as you said, it's what's in your core. It's what totally motivates you. This is what I am here to achieve.
Absolutely. So, finding your mission is really, it's a massive exercise in feeding the samurai. Right, this is power to the samurai. This is unleashing the samurai master, giving him the power to just slay that sloth at every single step. This is the truth. This is the truth. Forget all the bullshit, all that modern culture inflicts on us. All this TV advertising, even YouTube ads. Man, it's freaking everywhere. You can't escape.
You can't escape ads at the moment. Man, all I want to do is listen to some music on YouTube, and I'm getting hit with ads. What is this?
Oh man,
crazy. So sorry.
No, but it's so true, man. It's so true.
Yeah, no, because you get to a point where it's overkill. It's overkill. And what is that? What was it? The number of messages you've got coming at you at any one time is some huge amount.
It's around 2,000 different stimuli.
Yeah. So if you're walking down the street in the city, and you've got all these buildings around you, everything going on, you need to have the ultimate clarity to know this is what I need to achieve, and not get sidetracked by the Coca-Cola billboard.
Yeah. Especially in Australia now. I don't know if they have it in the States. You've seen those, not that I drink Coca-Cola, but I've seen them. They have they've got your name printed on the side, so it's like, have a Coke with Matt.
Yeah.
And then it'll have like, have a Coke with Dave, and you can actually go into the shopping mall and get your name printed on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like, that's pretty compelling marketing.
Quality campaign, but really, is that, well, like, it's working for Coke, I suppose.
It is, but like, do you really want to be drinking Coke? Like, how good is that for you?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's another topic for another day. But yeah, so there's massive benefit to this exercise. So, all right, the sort of structure and how you need to go about this. There's a couple of little steps, okay, and they are really easy. And the first one is go out in nature. Like any of these exercises that we do on the LOP, like, go out in nature. you know, you and me, Matt Kelly, we went out in the boat, you know, 2 days in a row on the weekend. Like, dude, did we just like, was it like we just opened our brains to like something incredible and everything just somehow, like we came back from the weekend and we're like, dude, are we like 50 times smarter now?
We had, on Sunday night, I think it was, on Monday night, we had a conversation about the LOP, and it was probably the most clarity either of us have had about the direction of this podcast since we started. And it was because we removed ourselves from the usual environment where we're sitting here talking about the same stuff, and completely different environment. And it was another world. So, yeah.
Mate, it blew my mind. At the end of it, I was like, wow, where did that come from?
Yeah.
So that's the idea. Go out into nature. It's almost like turning off the conscious brain and allowing the subconscious brain to start working. You're getting rid of all the distractions of the sloth, and you're allowing the samurai to do his stretches in peace, warm up gently, and then the samurai will provide you with the answers. Because, and remember this, Matt Kelly, the subconscious brain is 30,000 times more powerful than the conscious brain. You know, that's why we got back from the weekend of boating and we felt a freaking 1,000 times more intelligent because we'd spent some time in nature and accessed that subconscious brain. So that's the first step, is to really get the truth here, is to go out in nature. Now, all right, so the aim of the game is to get past that conscious brain and really demand the answer from the samurai. Okay, so we're going to start with a little statement. All right, and this is what you need to tell. So you're in nature and or wherever it is, but just make sure that you've turned off that conscious brain and you're ready to rock. You're ready to really get that power from that 30,000 times, and you need to demand the answer from yourself. And the little statement that you need to work with is, the purpose of my life is, and just ask yourself that. And if the answer doesn't come,
ask again.
Ask again.
Yep. And continue asking yourself. Do not move from where you are sitting. Do not move. Do not go, that's too hard, I'm leaving. Do not stop until you have come up with a couple of words to go after that sentence. The purpose of my life is something.
Ask.
You know what it is. Deep down, in your core, if you've done the ideal day exercise, this will be even easier because you've already been through that process of asking yourself. Ask yourself, and do not stop asking. Do not stop asking.
You ask 3 times and then you give up and go, oh, I can't get it.
Sloth.
No, sloth.
Yep.
No, sloth, period.
Yep. Do not get slothed in this situation.
Ask again. So, Matt Kelly, I'm just going to demonstrate. Right, I'm going to demonstrate, the sort of intensity that you need to exhibit here to really demand the answer.
Yep.
Because if you decide to play small on this exercise, you're not going to get the benefit. It's like going to the gym and you've got written on your program that you've got to lift 3 sets of 10 on 100 kilos, which is 220 pounds. If you rock into the gym and you only lift 1 set and it's only for 8 reps and it's only on 150 pounds, you're not going to get the result. So play full out, absolutely all in, 100% heart and soul. If you want the result here, this is what you need to do. So notice the emphasis on the particular words that I emphasize here. So I know that the purpose of my life is. I know, and I'll just tilt the thing down. I sort of touch, I know that the purpose, and emphasize that the purpose of my life is, I know that the purpose of my life is, and demand the answer. Demand the answer from your subconscious. It will come. Might sound a bit Fruit Loopy, right? This is the exercise where you must have faith. Have faith that the answer will come, and you know what? You might have to ask 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. But when it comes on that 8th time or that 9th time, you're just going to sit there and chuckle and just go...
Oh, I can't tell you the value that, like, the power that you feel when you work this out. When I first did this, you were there when I actually clicked as to what it was. We both just started laughing. It is a crazy moment when you actually realise what you're trying to achieve. It is insane. It is awesome. But you definitely have to go intense. You've got to feel it. You've got to really... it's not ask, it's demand. I must know what this is.
Exactly. And just for viewers of the LOP, potentially slightly embarrassing story about Matt Kelly. When he did get the answer, he walked around in circles just going, oh, shit.
Yeah, it was... It was a shock. It was a shocking moment because we were actually at a dog walking park where Dave was walking the dog, and I'm like, "Holy crap! Are you kidding me? I've just worked out what it is." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, and just shock. I'd walked away. I'd focused and I'd found it and I'd gone, "Wait, holy crap! The power that It is such an awesome moment, but you have to commit to, you must know what it is. And you know what? This isn't the hardest exercise in the world to do, because you already know what it is deep down. Yeah. You're just giving it to yourself, you're giving it to your brain and acknowledging it. So this is an exercise that you should be doing immediately. Immediately. If you're listening to this podcast, I'd recommend pause it and ask yourself that question. The purpose of my life is, line, okay? Focus on it really hard, because you can come up with it in a few minutes if you've done previous exercises with us and you know based on those what your answers are. It's not going to be that difficult for you. And if you've never thought about this before, you do really have to focus. You'll have to demand the answer and you'll have to think about it. But you will get it. You will get it. It just requires the focus and commitment.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just one final tip before we just move on to the next sort of aspect of the mission statement is, whatever comes into your brain first, write that down. Even if it sounds ridiculous, even if it sounds absurd, even if you're like, what? I'm like this, college jock, but it just came in that I want to love and care for animals. If that's what came into your head, that is the truth. Write it down.
Yep.
Write it down. All right, and brainstorm a few ideas. You might have 3 or so things. You might.
It's fine to have multiple. That's actually really good, because it's your core giving you, this is something you haven't thought about. This is something you haven't thought about. This is something, it's actually feeding these responses to you. And the more you demand that answer, the more you'll narrow down onto the key response, that key couple of words, that this is what the purpose of my life actually is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you know what? That's pretty much the crux of the mission statement. It's, that if you do this little part that we've just talked about at 100% and play full out, it's probably maybe 10 minutes of your time and you're 80% of the way there.
Yeah.
The rest of what we're going to run through in the episode is just how to really crank it right up, really feed that samurai so that your mission statement is just mind-blowing, and it is part of you, man. It is part of you. We wouldn't be doing this. We would not be doing this podcast if I hadn't worked out what my mission was.
Yep, for sure.
An outrageous leader. How many people are podcasting about this sort of topic? How many people are podcasting in Brisbane, Australia?
Not many. And I'm talking about any topic.
Yeah.
Not many.
So, and hopefully, because I'm a pretty crazy sort of dude and I say lots of random stuff, hopefully that is an epic experience for the viewers. I don't know. I'll leave the viewers to be the judge of that. Maybe they just think I'm a complete dick and should go and maybe sit
They've turned off the podcast, but 20 minutes in, they've turned off the podcast by now, if that's what they think, Dave. Don't even worry.
Yeah, that's it.
If you're watching this, you're a diehard, and that is awesome. So thank you.
we love you. Matt Kelly will fly to your house and give you a hug.
I'll do it. Just ask. I'll do it.
Share the love, spread the truth. That's what it's all about on the LOP. All right, so we're just going to share a couple of quick little tips. There's 8 of them, just to really firm up your mission statement and make it become part of you, and just so that it's absolutely really cranking. These are just some finer tips. All right. So the first one is the mission statement. It's got to be in positive language. All right. So if your mission, the purpose of my life, is to not sit in a cubicle, well, congratulations. Congratulations, you demanded the answer, you got an answer.
When you go home at night and you're sitting in front of the TV, you've just reached the entire purpose of your life, because you're sitting in front of the TV and you're not in a cubicle.
But I'll jokes aside, Matt Kelly, that was pretty funny.
Sorry.
You're probably eating Doritos and sipping a Coors Light, or maybe a Bud.
Yeah, there you go.
And Australians must sound so ridiculous saying bud, but...
Oh, man, well, we don't even have that stuff, really.
No.
A little bit, but not really.
Yeah, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, not a lot, yeah. There you go. Budweiser is expensive in Australia. I don't know how much it is in the States, but yeah.
Well, not that we drink it anyway, but just an observation. But on the serious note, the reason why we want to go for the positive mission statement is because, I think we said this in a previous episode, the subconscious brain cannot understand a negative. It does not comprehend the word no or not. So if you say to it, the purpose of my life is to not sit in a cubicle, it just deletes the not, and what will become part of you is the purpose of my life is to sit in a cubicle.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. It goes, a similar example is, you know, with your focus. If you're focusing on the fact that you have no money, right, you're going to end up with no money.
Mm.
If you say, I don't want to be poor, you're going to get a whole heap of poor. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. The subconscious does not understand negative. So that's why we want to phrase it in positive language. All right, so the next little bit is it's got to be phrased in who you want to be and what you want to do.
Yeah, this is awesome because without focusing on the be and do, you're not anything. You don't have anything. This is who I actually am. This is who I want to be. This is everything about me in this one sentence, and this is what I will do. So think ideal life, ideal day. I want to be this person, and I want to do this stuff. If I know exactly what those two things are, I know what my entire purpose in life is.
You're away.
Easy. Because you know.
You know what it could be? Your mission statement could be, I want to be the samurai master and smash the sloth at every turn.
Yeah.
You know, there's who do you want to be, and what are you going to do? You're going to be the samurai master, and what are you going to do? You're going to smash the sloth.
Yep. And as long as you've defined through other processes what the samurai means to you and what the sloth means to you, that is totally fine. You can be the samurai. That can be the entire purpose of your life. In fact, Dave, we should probably add that to ours.
To be the samurai master.
To be the samurai of everything.
Well, for me, Matt Kelly, being an outrageous leader encompasses not just the samurai master. It is the samurai, but it's also there's lots of aspects to the outrageous leader.
Yeah.
And one aspect is the samurai master. Now, just as another example, like I was thinking before the show, like we talk a lot about some of our idols and the guys that we look up to, like Seth Godin. So I was thinking, all right, what would his mission statement be? And I thought, well, if I was Seth Godin, the purpose of my life is to be a thought-provoking leader, because that's kind of what he is.
Yeah, very much so. Definitely thought-provoking. Definitely thought-provoking.
And what does he want to do? So he wants to, I don't know, I was just throwing this out there, and I do like it. So I'm Seth Godin, pretend. I don't know, how do I be him, like small and...
Just cut your hair.
Yeah, I need to get out a shaver and take it all off, wouldn't I? So the purpose of my life is to be a thought-provoking leader who compels the samurai to contribute and reinvent the world. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. I'm just throwing out examples.
If you take his books as any reflection of what he is and who he is,
Tribe.
Man, you got poke the box there, don't you? Like if you take those books as any indication of who he really is,
the linchpin.
Like that's those lines that you just said. It totally encompass the focus that he has. Totally encompasses the focus. So we know that he wants to push those boundaries and he wants to encourage people and motivate people to go and push the box and take the first step. Because when you take the first step, the second one comes easy, the third one comes easier, the fourth one, and the sloth comes, you samurai, and you keep going.
That's right. That's right. Da, 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 da. Is it possible to trademark like a sound? Oh, I know that, Kelly. Hold on. When we get action figures, we're gonna make one that's like the samurai jabbing the sloth.
Yeah, we can do that.
And when you click the little button, it's gonna go da, and the mouth's gonna go open like da.
That's entirely possible. We should actually get samurai and sloth action figures made so we can simulate the samurai just dominating the sloth every day. Every day. Do not let the sloth get in your path ever. Dominate the sloth. Dominate the sloth. I love that.
That's so good, man. Because I feel like I'm 5 years old again, which is fantastic, man. I used to love playing with Ghostbusters.
Yeah, nice.
Ghostbusters, Ninja Turtles, like all them, man. I was the biggest kid. Yeah, awesome. Action figures, Samurai Master. Okay, so someone that you want to be, and you've got to do something. All right. So the next one is, it's got to be about yourself and about others. All right. You've all heard it. Sharing is caring. Life is about we, not me. You know, it's so true that the value of your life will expand when you've got people to share everything that's in your life. You know, it's like going out in the boat and catching a big fish, and then you go. You know, there's no one in the boat with you, so like, who can you high five and say, yeah, got a big fish? And then you go back to your like log cabin or back to the boat ramp, and if there's no one there, you still can't tell anyone about the big fish. Chances are you're going to go down to your local public house or bar just so that you can tell someone about the fish that you caught.
Yep.
You know, same if you got a girlfriend or if you don't have a girlfriend. You know, you go home after getting a promotion, who are you going to tell? You know, these days you can jump on social media and like tell your friends that way, but life is so much better when there's people around you.
Yeah.
You know, where that's the way nature was meant to be. We were meant to live together. So
yeah, a great ending to the mission statement when you want to include others and friends and whatever is to say, so you've got your mission statement. It's to do X, to be X, and to educate my friends and others, to communicate this with friends and others, to use this to enrich the lives of others. Or like think about ways of taking the entire worldly community and adding value with who you are and what you do to it. So it's actually very simple to add that. It's really simple. I'll just read the last sentence of mine, right? I've literally got it right from because I just want to read that last couple of words. It's and communicate these with others. Like it doesn't need to be anything crazy, anything technical. That doesn't really need to come from the core to the same extent as who you are. Because once you know who you are, you know what you want to do with that. So it's just putting it out to other people. Awesome.
Absolutely. Awesome. Yeah, so myself and others. All right, so next one is that you should be able to experience it every single day.
Yep.
All right, every single day. It should be the thing that you're so attached to it that when you wake up in the morning, you're just like, yeah, baby, that's my mission. Yep. And it's just like rock and roll.
Yep.
Rock and roll.
If you don't, when it comes to your mission, if you don't feel it every day, you'll actually potentially lose focus of it, and the sloth will start to edge in. If your mission is something that you realise, detach it, Samurai Dave, Samurai. Nice. Yeah. If you don't feel it every single day, then reality is, you'll get it once a week, once every 2 weeks, once a month. You might have a bad month, once a month. You get depressed, it's once every 6 months. Suddenly you forget who you are, you forget what you're doing, and you live that passive life where you're not really achieving or accomplishing anything. Your dreams are dead.
You allow Coca-Cola to market to you, and
you forget about who you are and what you're trying to do. So if you experience it every day, that helps you keeps you razor focused. It's the same with goals. When we talk about like taking your goals and chunking them down, what can I do right now to get me one step closer to accomplishing that goal? Right this minute, what can I do? So when you know what that thing is, the next step comes easy, the next step becomes easy. So know that you can accomplish this every day. Know you can feel that power, that emotion every day. The next step comes easy, and you'll just feel it every day. And you'll get to a point where you're like, holy crap, look what I've accomplished. This is freaking insane. And it's all been listed on your sheet of paper on your whiteboard. Awesome.
Love it, Matt Kelly. That's high quality, man. That is really high quality. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Nice. I'm glad. But on that note, I'm going to move on to number 5, Dave.
Right, hit me.
Which is be brief. Okay, so this is talking about like I don't like using the word simple. Okay, but at the same time, you need to be brief. It needs to have an element of simplicity to it, so it's not something complicated. You shouldn't be trying to define it to yourself every time you read it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It should be so powerful, so motivating that when you look at it, you're like, man, that's cool. You should be able to smash it off. If you get in the lift at level 7 and you're going to level 9, you should be able to smash through your mission 50 times in your head between there and there, so that when you land on 7, you walk in there swinging your samurai sword.
That's it. Oh man, that's awesome.
That was a crazy analogy. I don't know what that was, but it's really important to be brief, be simple. If you can say something in 2 words, and you've currently written it in 10, just put it in 2. It'll give you if you've got clarity about what the goal is, if you really know what the goal is, it's easy to be brief. Easy.
But having said that, Matt Kelly, at the very first instance, when we're demanding the answer, right, we just write down whatever comes
get it all
out.
on paper then.
Get it all on paper. Because when I actually did this exercise, there was a few other words that came up, right?
Yep.
One of my other favourite words is... man, I love using superfluous words. So there was passion, there was passionate, there was words like that in there.
Yeah.
But when you actually think about it, all right, so that word came out when I demanded the answer. Does outrageous leader, to me, really mean passion? Well, yes, it sort of does encompass that. So have a think about what words best describe. And I was like, yeah, outrageous. That is literally it. That is literally what everything covers for me. So I rolled with that one.
And your mission can change too. So you can write this, and you might realise in a month, wait a second, I've just pulled something huge out of my core that was far deeper than I was just skimming the surface. The mission I had up until last week wasn't the mission I've got now. Because I went a step further. The mission I had previously was just the vehicle. We'll talk about that a bit later. But it was just the vehicle, the previous mission I had. And I've gone deeper and worked out what it actually is that I'm trying to do and accomplish. And you could do that with any vehicle, a huge list of vehicles. So it's not really important.
Absolutely. It was very surface level.
Yeah.
It was very surface level. But, to get to the real core. So next point is to eliminate universal words, universal statements. So what we mean by that is get rid of the all words, the every time. So mission statements like the purpose of my life is to always be a loving father, or to succeed every time, or to be a successful entrepreneur every time. Now, all right, sure, some people go, well, that's great. Like, you're really shooting for the stars. You're really going for it. And that's absolutely a noble goal. But in nature, not everything's perfect. You see sweet potato growing in the ground. You pull a sweet potato out of the ground, and I just use sweet potato because I actually really like sweet potato. Cut it up into little chips, bit of coconut oil, in the oven, bake it 20 minutes. Oh, yum. But... each sweet potato looks different.
And not very good when you pull it out of the ground. It's all covered in dirt and not good at all.
It's not perfect.
No.
It's not the perfect sweet potato every time. It's not always the perfect sweet potato. Same when you pull a pear off a tree. It's not a perfectly looking pear every time. Yeah. It's like in sport as well. The bowler going for the perfect 300 game. Like, how many times will a bowler get the perfect 300 game? Yeah. Not that much. Something definitely to strive for, but if you're gonna let stressing out for that perfection get in your way, then you're gonna feel a bit of unnecessary pain. You could in fact be winning when you think that you're losing. So if your mission was to be a successful entrepreneur every single time, what happens when your startup fails? You feel like you're not living up to your mission.
Or what happens? What happens when you have a bad month and you don't make the same money you made last month? You still might be doing well. You still might be doing unbelievably well, but suddenly you've failed your mission because you didn't improve on it every time. Every time.
But even Matt Kelly, even a perceived failing, that could be flipped around. That could be totally reframed into, all right, the revenues were down for this month, but I learnt X, Y, and Z.
Oh, it could be any number of circumstances. Absolutely.
And therefore, I am now stronger.
You know what it could be, Dave? It could be, I currently make $100,000 a month, right? But in order to make that, I have to work 80 hours a week every week. Okay? So I'm going to stop. I'm going to go away. I'm going to go on holidays. And in that, when I'm on holidays, I make $10,000 a month because I've got virtual assistants and whatever doing it all for me, right? $10,000 a month with you living your dream is freaking amazing. That's all you need. If that's your dream, that's amazing. What kind of life is it when you're working 80 hours a week? So suddenly you're making a lot less money, but you've got a much better life. It's the same as I'm making less, but I learned this. Or I'm doing something different and it didn't work as well as it did last time. Or I've tried something and I failed this time. Hey, you just learned the way not to do it next time.
Absolutely. Easy. And to ask more intelligently.
That's it.
It's a great reframe. It's a great reframe to believe and to reframe things. Your greatest failures, what if your greatest failures were actually your greatest gifts? There's a nice little quick tip thrown in there on the LOP. Just bam, 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 bam. Just everywhere. They're making it happen. All right, next one. Use emotionally compelling words. Now, when I say the purpose of my life is to be an outrageous leader, man, you see it at the start of the Living Outrageously podcast. And start living outrageously. Man, if that's not emotionally charged, like, please demonstrate to me because I want to get to that level of whoever's more emotionally charged than me.
Yeah. So this is about getting yourself really, like motivated and on a really deep level, empowering yourself. Make it like when you read that, you're like, holy crap. Like, that hits me. That is exactly what I want to be.
That is me, man. And you know what? The word outrageous and living outrageously, do you know how long I've had this living out? I got this livingoutrageously.com. I got that domain years ago, man.
Yeah.
Years ago, because I was like, all right, I was just thinking, I was like, what am I all about? Like, Dave Thompson in like 1, 2, 3 words. What is he? What is he? Because I had so many different interests, and they were trying to push me down this lawyer path. Everyone wanted to name me a lawyer, and I was like, hold on. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not just a rugby coach. I'm not just a traveller. I'm not just this. I live outrageously.
Yeah.
And I just felt it. I was like, man, that is so right. So choose words that feel right for you. Okay, and just experiment a little bit until you get the ones that you want.
You know, the most important one, Dave, the most important one. I'm stealing your thunder and I'm stealing number 8 because I want to say it. I want to say it. Number 8 is that it must make you really freaking happy. Yeah. It must make you so happy. You got to read that and be like, yes, this is... Dude, I stood there and laughed for at least 5 minutes.
You did. You literally did. Like, in the dog off-leash area, trying to avoid big dog poos.
Yeah, I was just sitting there laughing. I was like, are you kidding me? This is... If this is me, that is exactly the life I want to live. That is exactly it. Because you ask the call, you find it, and it makes you so happy when you find it. Because likelihood is, for at least 90% of you, maybe more, you've never identified what this is. Probably more than that. I don't know. Let's make up some stats. 92.5% of you have got no idea what your mission is. Right? When you find out what that is, and it's been sitting inside you for however long, and you finally hit that, it'll make you so happy. So the mission has to reflect that. When you actually write this out, when you've got this printed on your mirror in your bathroom or on your dashboard in your car, when you're looking at your car.
Do that.
Put it in front of you wherever you go.
Put it everywhere, man.
Yeah. You should read that and just smile. If you're working the corporate job that you don't like, have it printed and have it sitting along the bottom of your computer monitor or on your phone. Or anywhere, sitting on your mobile phone, so when you pull it out, save it as your desktop background on your phone, so that when you read that, you're happy. It refocuses you, because when you're happy about something, you will always want to live it. You'll always want to think it. You'll always want to believe it. It's so easy to stay motivated on something that you love.
Absolutely, Matt Kelly. And it leads me into another thought that I've just had, is that when you get this down, when you get it inside you, when you really feel it, man, the truth is there for you to see. You can pick any vehicle, all right? So the problem that I perceived that I had in the past was that I was multi-passionate. I had multiple passions across multiple areas, right? Yeah. I loved the internet. I loved internet marketing. I loved social. I loved sport. I loved training. I love hiking. I love activities. I love reading. I love learning stuff. I love traveling. Like all these things. And, you know, the world wants to put you in a box so that they can go, that guy does that.
Hey, Dave. I'm just meeting you in a cocktail event after work one day. What do you do?
What do you mean? Like, what do I do when?
Oh, like, are you a lawyer? Is that not your job? Is that not what you do?
Well, no. I do what I want. I live outrageously.
God, I hate that question, what do you do? Because everyone, when someone asks you that, typically they're saying, what do you do between 9 to 5 that makes you your living? And that's not who you are. That doesn't define you. Your mission is what defines you. Man, fire back at someone with your mission. Yeah. I am an outrageous leader. Like, I don't know, have something funny. Have something funny. Hit them back. Because there's this pattern interrupt that hits when you do that.
Yeah.
And people are like, what do you mean? What? Like, if you hit me and said, what do I do when? I'd be like, what do you do? What do you do? Like, what do you do? That's the question everybody asks. What do you do?
And if you get that question asked a lot, because I got it all the time.
Yeah, we all get it. Everyone gets it. Yeah.
Hit them back with, well, what do I do when?
Yeah.
Like, make it a serious question and be silent. And they will freak out. They'll become uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And they'll probably say, well, you know, what do you do for a job? And then you can say, well, what do I do for a job when? And then they'll really freak out. You know, if that what do you do question makes you uncomfortable, think of something funny to say. Like, think of anything, man. Tim Ferriss used to say, I'm a drug dealer.
Yeah, because he literally, he dealt in medications or whatever they were. That's what he sold. Yeah, supplements.
You know, we could almost say that, Matt Kelly. We're dealing in the drugs that show you how to be high on life.
Oh, there you go. Wow, I hadn't thought of that one. That's good.
Living Outrageously podcast. Drug dealers.
Wow. I'm not going to put drug dealer on my business card, but that's still cool. It's still cool.
No, but you could. So what I wanted to make the distinction here, and I think it's an important thing to note as we just round out the episode, is that there are vehicles, right? There are many vehicles, and then there is the mission underneath. There is the mission. There is any number of ways. See, for me, my mission is to live outrageously, to be that outrageous leader, to create epic experiences. There are so many ways I can do that. At the moment, the vehicles that I am choosing to facilitate that mission are the Living Outrageously podcast and beach handball. Like those have just happened to be the vehicles of this particular moment and this particular part of my life. I look down the track, 5 years from now, even 1 year from now, it could be different, man. Yeah. You could pick a different vehicle. You know, that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of finding this mission, is find out the base and then just pick different vehicles as you move along. Yeah. Man, this is awesome.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And you know what? This is not a difficult task to do.
No, man. Ask
the core. Dive deep. Find out from your core who you are. Because deep down you know. You already know. And this is such a simple... Like, literally write the sentence. The purpose of my life is... Space. Okay? Enjoy or share or add something else there. Such. And do such for myself and others. And communicate such to others.
We might even put that on the blog, Matt Kelly.
Well, we'll put a little template there as to what it actually is, because this is so... Once you've got that in front of you and you really ask, you demand the answer, you've got it. So can I just do a quick summary of the mission statement must-have requirements?
Yep, very quickly.
They must be positive. They must be and do statements. They must include yourself and others. Remember others. Sharing is caring. Always be experienced every single day. If they don't, you won't stay motivated and you will die by the sloth. So just every day. Be brief, eliminate universals, use emotionally charged words, make it powerful and emotional, and finally makes you very, very happy. So happy, in fact. Happy like you've just finished watching a Living Outrageously podcast.
Yeah! And
Man,
Matt Kelly,
that's
yes.
Powerful.
Great episode. Great episode, man. And I have just one question, and this is a silent question. Once you know your mission, once you know who you are, how long are you going to sit in that corporate job for? All right, Matt Kelly, quick tips. What do you got for us?
I have one quick tip, and it will be quick, and it is only one thing you must do this week. Go and look up the Lifestyle Business Podcast in iTunes. Lifestyle Business Podcast. Lifestyle Business Podcast. Go look it up. Go look it up. Those guys are freaking amazing. When we talk about psychology and the sort of the thinking techniques here, they're talking about the how to actually go and execute, and that's cool. So go look up those guys. Awesome. Dave Thompson, quick tip.
My quick tip, Matt Kelly, is very briefly is that, and I like to do these like these sort of health, food, fitness sort of quick tips because they help you to live outrageously for sure. Food can be used as medicine, right? We've all heard about as modern food can cause gluten intolerances, wheat intolerances, how dairy causes problems for some people. Personally, I've had an experience recently through some of the learnings that I've done. Man, I've had my left nostril has been blocked for about 2 years.
Wow.
And I did not know what it was. It wasn't like I had a head cold or anything. It was just blocked. I did some reading, did a bit of, found out, kept asking, got the answer. Man, I'm intolerant to wheat. I cut wheat out of my diet, and now I'm breathing the fresh air.
Really?
And I've tested that, Matt Kelly. I've tested that. So I've gone a couple of weeks without wheat, and then I've gone and had the piece of bread that was full of wheat, like instant. Blocked my nose instantly.
Wow. Isn't that interesting?
So, interesting point. A couple of resources for viewers of the LOP. Go check out the Paleo Diet. That's a great book. We will link that up on the blog. And also, how there's Western medicine? Well, the Eastern medicine, right? It's a little bit more spiritual, a little bit more wholesome. It treats the core, it treats the root rather than the symptom. It's called Ayurveda. It's got a lot of interesting stuff about food as medicine. So if you've got some sort of ailment that it's always been there for ages, go check out either Ayurveda or the Paleo Diet. I'm just saying that the answer might be there. It might prompt you to something else.
For sure.
Matt Kelly, that is a wrap. Where can people find you?
Hit me up at Twitter on twitter.com/Matthew Kelly and mattkelly.com.au. Dave?
livingoutrageously.com. That's the blog. That's where all the action is. We just put up our highly recommended reading list, so go check there to check it out. And where all the junk is, facebook.com/livingoutrageously. Matt Kelly, there's no more to say.
Amazing.
Except if you want a boring life, go sit in a cubicle. My name's Dave Thompson. That was Matt Kelly, and we will see you on the other side.
Peace out, everyone. Woo!